Hello guys, my name is Hotbrook and I welcome you back to my channel. So guys, we are still on our Photoshop tutorials and we are still learning our tools in Photoshop. So today I'm also going to add 3 tools in Photoshop. I'm going to teach you how to use those 3 tools. So to begin, I'm going to open Photoshop, which I've already done. And you just have to upload your image for practice. So I have my own image for my practice. So to begin, I'm going to talk about the 3 tools you'll be using today. You're going to use the color replacement tool, the mixer brush tool, and the smudging tool. So to begin, I'm going to start with our color replacement tool. So I'm going to, if you can't find your color replacement, just right click on your brush tool, you'll find your color replacement. If it isn't there and you're using the new version of Photoshop, CC19 or CC18, just right click on the 3 dots, try to find your color replacement tool. So mine is in my brush tool, so I'm going to right click on my brush tool, then color replacement tool. Sure, so I'm going to zoom in holding my alt and using my scroll button on my mouse to zoom in. Sure, so I'm going to show you how this color replacement tool actually works. So with the color replacement tool, is kind of this colorized material. It's like you pick a color from your image or any color you want to use, then you try to brush through, then it tries to take your image or replace your image, the whole image, just turning the whole image into a color. So I'm going to try it and let you guys see. Maybe let me pick a color here. I think the blue. So before you can pick a color, just like I taught you in the patching tool and all the stuff, hold your alt, then click on the color you want. Then I have my color. So what I'm going to do is, let me zoom in a bit using the bracket keys as located or indicated on the screen. Then I'm going to brush. Then what I see is it's being colorized with the color I'm using. So if I'm supposed to brush even through the background, I still have my color, my blue. So this is a cool way to change the whole image into one color. You might just want to change maybe the hair. Let me try that one too. So Ctrl+Z to delete. Then just zoom in and reduce the size of my brush just with the bracket keys again. Then try brushing to the hair alone. And if you could see, I'm just changing the color of the hair alone. So just brushing through the hair, reduce the brush, then brush through my hair. It might not be so perfect since I'm in a hurry, so okay, so zoom out, holding my alt and zooming out, and if you could see, it looks like I've dyed my hair. You could just change the colors you want to use. Maybe just pick a different color using your alt, then just select the color. So this is how the color replacement tool actually works. So we are going to move on to our mixer brush tool and our smudging tool, but before I do that, let me erase this color. Ctrl+Z to go back. Then yeah, I'm back to my image. Then if I go to my before I go to my mixer brush tool and my smudging tool, it's a bit confusing. So with that, I'm going to duplicate my images so I don't confuse you guys with how these tools actually works. So Ctrl+J to duplicate, have my layer selected, Ctrl+J, I duplicate it 2 times. So the first one for my mixer brush tool and the second one for my smudging. So I'm going to move on to the mixer brush tool. Same with the mixer brush tool, is found in the brush tool. So just right click on your brush, then you find your mixer brush tool. If you can't find there, just go to your other tools just below the 3 dots, right click, then try to find your mixer brush tool. So I have mine in my brush tool, so right click and mixer brush tool. Okay guys, so what the mixer brush tool does is if you could just hear the name mixer brush tool, it's like you are mixing something. So what it does is I'm actually going to mix colors. That's the whole point. So with a mixer brush tool, it's just like holding your alt and picking a color and trying to blend it with others. So I'm going to hold alt, pick maybe a color here. Sure, so I have this color. So if I'm supposed to brush here, I have the color I chose here replacing here. So I'm going to go back, and with this mixer brush, actually if I choose here, I just have to brush it through the places that have the same color a bit, just blend it and smooth. If I want to move to a different color, hold my alt, select, then try and blend it along. Hold my alt, select, blend it along. So this mixer brush tool is actually used, mostly used for photography works. Maybe if you're into photography, when you're editing an image, after you've shot and you want to edit the image, they normally use this mixer brush tool for the facial. So this is how the mixer brush tool works. Just pick the colors and try to blend them together. So finally, I'm going to move on to my last tool, which is the smudging tool. So finally, I'm going to move on to the last tool, which is my smudging tool, which is kind of my favorite when it comes to, smoothing of faces, or digital painting on those stuffs. So I'm going to turn off the eye for this one so we don't see what actually happened. Actually, let me just delete it. So have my layer selected, then click on my delete key to delete the layer. So I have this layer above my main image. So you're going to work on this layer for the smudging. So with the smudging tool, if you right click through your tools and you still don't find them, just go to your other settings, that's your other tools, right click, and you're going to find your smudging tool. That's your smudge tool. It looks like a human's hand, pointing downwards. Yeah, just click on it. That's your smudge tool. Sure. So how the smudging tool works is let me try and break it down into the artistic world. With the smudging tool compared to your color mixer, like your mixer brush tool, the mixer brush tool actually feels like a painting that's already dried and you're trying to paint over. That's how it looks like. So I have my painting already dried and I'm trying to make paint over. So in that case, I have to pick a different color, then I try to paint over. So that's how the mixer brush tool works. It works like a painting that's already dried. But with this smudging tool, it works like your image is wet, so it makes your image feels a bit wet. So it's like it's not yet dried, or your painting is not yet dry, so you have a chance to blend it and smoothen everything. So that's how the smudging tool works. So I'm going to demonstrate something just on the hair. So using my bracket keys again, just zoom in, try to drag down and see what happens. So as I drag down, you see my hair comes within my face. If I drag up, you see my face goes within my hair. It's like the image now feels a bit wet, which means I can control and just shift it all the way I want. So just messing up with the thing. That's how this smudging tool actually works. So I'm going to go back. So Control plus Z to go back. Then yeah, then back to my normal image. So with the smudging tool, we normally use our smudging tool for smoothing faces of images and also digital painting, cartooning, all those kind of stuff. So since it's my last time, I'm just going to demonstrate how it actually works. So with my smudging tool, all you have to be doing is zooming in, like increasing and decreasing your brush size. So I'm going to make sure I have my hands on my bracket keys, and with my mouse I try to drag, try to smudge the forehead together, zoom in, holding my alt, then try and reduce the size of the brush, then smudge the top too. So you have to be careful with the smudging so you don't smudge the hair with the face. So zoom in a bit, reduce the size, and zoom in my brush a bit, then try this is actually going to be a speed work since I'm actually teaching, but if you take your time, you can get the blending well. So just brush through the faces, brush. Sure. Then to the nose, reduce the size. Then brush. So if you are able to take your time with this smudging tool, you can get a perfect smooth face, or you can also get a perfect face for your cartooning. All you have to do is adding other colors and making it more attractive. So just blend in, reduce the size for smaller spaces, increase size for larger spaces. So smudge, blend my colors together. Increase the size. Sure, continue smudging, continue. Sure, continue smudging, reduce the size. Go out. Then finally to the neck, increase the size, reduce. reduce and yeah, increase. Okay, and bit sure. So guys, since this is kind of a speed, we're just showing how the tools work. I'm actually going to end here, so let me just zoom out a bit, then show you something that looks different. So turn off the eye. So this is how the image actually look like. So if I'm supposed to look at the, for example, the neck, then look on my new image, you can see there's a smudge. It's like I've been able to blend it and make it a bit smooth. So the smudging tool is for smoothing the face, or making it a bit of look like cartoonish or shining, or bright and sharp. So this is how the three tools actually work. So guys, try to work along with these tools in your Photoshop projects, and I bet you are going to love them. You're going to love Photoshop itself. So this is what I have for you today. Please subscribe, like, share and comment, and until we meet again, it's bye bye.